one of my favorite parts of the weekend was being able to see everyone else's projects that they were doing at their homes that were helping all these different problems around the world. And it made me realize that there are other people out there doing something, and it's not just like a couple people. You're part of a bigger group. You're getting something done. You're not just doing meticulous individual work that means nothing to somebody. So that really helped. And I was also inspired a lot by Rigoberta to keep working with Doogie River and to get this done. Just seeing what she's accomplished and all the hardships she's faced made me put like what I'm doing into perspective and to work hard towards our goal.
One of my favorite parts about Peace Jam is the people you meet. I mean, when you get there, you're put into groups of complete strangers. And you start off as strangers, but you leave as friends. I mean, that happens every year, so you can go back and reconnect with them. And also the Nobel laureates. It's really cool to know that those people are out there, and they're actual people. It's easy to view them as like laureates. But when they're there to talk to you as people, it's really cool.
So as most of you know, our project as a church is the Doogie River School, and there were 10 main problems that the Nobel laureates gathered, and they realized these are the 10 main problems with the world today. And the two of them that I believe that we are fighting as a group would be the social justice for human rights and for all, and giving education to the world. So when we were there, we discussed it with the rest, all the groups that were there. We gave a presentation about what we're doing here. And so our slogan there was "Give a buck for the truck," because we're trying to raise money for the pickup trucks we could open the school. I think we're shooting for September of this year. We are planning to have a fundraiser at my Uncle Mike's restaurant, Rockefeller's, which is near Lee. I don't know. Ask someone else for directions. And then we're also planning to have another fundraiser coming up in July. We don't have complete details on it yet, but we'll keep you posted. Thank you. Also, while we were there, Joe and I participated in a service project that was providing clean water for the entire world for places that do not have a way to get clean, fresh water that is not included or filled with pathogens. So we did this whole study thing, and we learned how to, this guy is starting a project where they build these really cheap water purification systems that they're only like $50 or something like that. And they don't use chemicals at all to clean the water, they just use sunlight. And it runs on solar power, and the solar panels are virtually like indestructible. They can be hit with a hurricane and torn up, and they will still work. So I thought that would be an interesting thing to look into, to put at Doogie River. I don't know about the water situation there, but I believe that that would be something interesting that we could look into. So I'd throw that out.
And the one last thing we asked you to think about is Rigoberta challenged everyone. She said that everybody is connected to a part of nature. And if you remain connected to your part of nature in a daily way, you will continue to stay energized and revitalized. Now, hers happens to be fire. So she said everywhere she goes, she always has a candle. If she's not near the sun, she'll light a candle so that she always has light. I'm sorry, hers is not fire, it's light. It's light. So she said it could be a rock, could be mountains, river, water, whatever it is, but you need to find your source and then make sure you have stay connected to whatever that source is in some way for yourself. So we encourage everyone to do that for yourselves.
want to close the loop a little bit. What's that? Yeah, okay. You can stay here. Be comfortable. Just to close the loop on where we started with the book of Isaiah, what we remember hearing from Isaiah is very similar to what we hear in this Mayan calendar, that the prophet was saying that some devastation is about to happen, and that there will be a stump. There will be something left from which God will make life come. And that's very much what I'm hearing from what Rigoberto Menchuntum was saying with the Mayan calendar, but also what Adrian and Joe are talking about with there's hope, but it's up to us to live into that hope. And that's what we're called to be. We're called to be the light that comes from the stump of devastation that's all around us, wherever it may be, throughout the world. And so I appreciate Peace Jam to remind us that we're called to live into the hope in our own context, which God is calling us to. So I appreciate you guys and reminding us of that today. Let us now take the time to receive our offering, and we'll move forward from there. Inspired to give a buck for the truck, which is their motto, what Peace Jam's campaign is. Please feel free to do so.